Hello and welcome to Havening in Schools. Schools can be very stressful as well as rewarding because there are a lot of things happening to both teachers and students that are challenging throughout the day. We're going to talk today about ways that you can make the day better for you and your students. I want to start by teaching you a technique called grounding before we do anything else. So grounding is a great way for self-regulation. It helps to feel anchored and steady when you're feeling a lot of emotions. When we feel anxious or upset, we tend to be a little bit lifted in our awareness or even detached from ourselves. And grounding helps bring us back into our moment and into ourselves. And you can do grounding wherever you are. You don't have to go away somewhere to do it. Some ways of doing grounding are to feel your feet on the floor. And if you're sitting, feel your bottom and legs dropping into the chair that you're on. You can even have your back pressing against the back of the chair if that's comfortable. And what you're doing is you're letting your weight go and letting yourself be supported by the chair. And that physical sense of support helps with a feeling of emotional support. So you just really let go of all your tension and drop into the chair. One way to think about it is that you're a tree with deep roots going into the earth and that your body is a trunk going up into branches that express themselves. And this is a good way to feel very rooted and anchored. Another way is to imagine that you are a heavy sack of sand or an elephant sitting on top of you to feel that feeling of pressure and gravity down. You can also tap your feet in your shoes and put your awareness in your feet to get grounded. When you're standing, you can feel your feet dropping into the floor and your body stacked on top and feel the substance of your body as you're standing and walking around. That really helps with feeling present and rooted and grounded. And when you're lying down, you can notice your whole body sinking into the mattress, which really helps with actually falling asleep, just letting go of all your muscular tension and dropping in. So I want to talk now about a technique called havening, which is very helpful for calming the nervous system. Havening is based on the word haven, meaning to put in a safe place. And havening puts you in an internal safe place where you're feeling much safer inside. Havening touch consists of touch to the hands, arms, and the face. I'm going to come out of PowerPoint to show you how to do it. So havening touch with the hands is simply rubbing the hands back and forth like you're rubbing lotion on your palms. You could be vertically or horizontally. You could do it low on your lap. And then havening the arms is from shoulder to elbow in a downward sweep, as if you're brushing a cat. And you go in one direction because going up is a little bit more activating. So shoulder to elbow is much more soothing. And then havening the face is like washing the face. It can be from forehead to cheeks to chin, or you can do part of the face from the forehead or the cheeks, whichever is more comfortable. If you're wearing glasses, you can remove them or work around them. And we alternate between these three places of touch, the face and the arms and the hands. And if there's any place that you don't like, you can leave it out. And if you can't do havening where you are, you can imagine doing havening. Okay, so havening is effective because it causes the production of delta waves, which are the calmest brainwave we experience. They occur during our deepest sleep, and they help with memory reconsolidation and integrating learning. This is why you learn well if you study right before going to bed. Delta waves cause the release of serotonin, oxytocin, and GABA. Oxytocin is the love hormone, and serotonin and GABA are neurotransmitters that cause relaxation and calmness. Delta waves also reduce cortisol and adrenaline, the stress hormones, and they downregulate the amygdala, which is the fight or flight center of the brain responsible for survival. Downregulating means that it calms the amygdala and actually changes the way that experiences are encoded so that they're not threatening. They feel safer because the amygdala is not getting activated. The way that havening touch was developed in those three locations is based on a study by Dr. Mel Harper, who found that these three places of touch, the cheek, shoulder, and palm of hands, cause the most delta waves compared to other places of touch. And so the people that created havening, Dr. Ron and Steve Rudin, use these three places of touch and combine them to create havening. I want to show you a video of the effect of soothing touch on a baby so you can see how powerful it is. It just is such a good way of creating happiness and well-being. And you can see how natural it is and how it helps babies thrive and how it helps with presence, helping the baby be more aware and more connected. And we're all like this. We all like this kind of gentle feeling. And of course, everyone's response to touch is slightly different and you can adjust it. but we all need touch of some kind. So there have been some research studies done on havening. It's been taught publicly for about 10 years. And these are some of the studies that have been done. As you see, havening reduces anxiety and depression. It reduces negative affect or expression. It helps with social inhibition, people that are shy. It helps lower cortisol and blood pressure levels. It reduces distress and negative mood. It enhances psychological health, and it helps with resilience. So you see in these ways, havening helps physically and emotionally and behaviorally. And we're still doing studies now to develop more research. So havening can be beneficial in several ways. One way is that it reduces stress and distress. Another is that it enhances existing positive states, and it also helps with cultivating desired states. And we'll talk about how this is. We're going to start with havening to reduce stress and distress, and I'm going to go through the steps of it with you. So the first thing you do with self-havening is you're noticing how you're feeling in the beginning so that you can address how you feel. So you kind of get the emotional state up and active. Then you begin doing havening touch and you focus on the soothing quality of it. Next, you use distractions to keep the mind occupied so it's not dwelling on the distress. And you continue doing havening touch and distractions until the distress level is lowered. Then you notice how you feel again. And when you feel good, you do havening touch while you're saying the resulting feeling, such as calm, calm, calm. I'm going to talk a little bit now about the kind of distractions you can use. The purpose of them is to engage the mind so it doesn't dwell on distress. And they should be absorbing and not triggering, not stressful, and be neutral or pleasant. So some examples of distractions that you can use are humming or singing a tune while you're doing havening, counting by multiples, naming items in categories like, for example, girls and boys' names from A to Z, one name per letter, spelling words, reciting a poem, or describing a process like a recipe or how you would go about making something, a book, a show, or a game. So these are all distractions that you could use, and you can use them on yourself and with other people. So I actually want to do self-havening right now to show you how you would do it on yourself or with other people. So you begin by noticing how you feel. And if you can do this with me, it will be much better so you can experience it. If you can actually say it out loud, that would be great. Otherwise, you can just listen to me. So after you've noticed how you feel, I want you to begin doing havening touch and focus on the sensations of the touch and just alternate between the hands and the arms and the face. And you can close your eyes if you'd like or keep them open, whichever you prefer. So we're going to do some distractions together. The first one we're going to do is we're going to sing the alphabet song. So here we go. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P. Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, and Z. Now I know my ABCs. Next time, won't you sing with me? Great. Okay. Now we're going to actually count by multiples. We're going to count from 0 to 100 by fives. Here we go. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60, 65, 70, 75, 80, 85, 90, 95, 100. Very good. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to name the months of the year. And here we go. January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November, December. Great. Now we're actually going to spell the days of the week. So here we go. So Sunday, S-U-N-D-A-Y. Monday, M-O-N-D-A-Y. Tuesday, T-U-E-S-D-A-Y. Wednesday, W-E-D-N-E-S-D-A-Y. Thursday, T-H-U-R-S-D-A-Y. Friday, F-R-I-D-A-Y. Saturday, S-A-T-U-R-D-A-Y. So now we just notice how you're feeling and see if you feel better. And however you're feeling, you notice the word and you say the word of the feeling. So I would say relaxed. So you just say that word. So relaxed, wherever you're feeling, you just repeat that word while you're doing havening touch. And that's how you do havening touch to reduce distress and stress. So when we do havening, we can use it to reduce distress, and we can also use it to increase well-being. And both by doing both sides of those, we create a feeling of that we're going to be okay, we're safe, and we got this. So havening reduces the things on the left side, kind of negative feelings and states like stress, worry, sadness, anger, fear, stress hormones, elevated heart rate, nervousness, and insecurity. And it enhances positive things like calmness, confidence, happiness, ready to learn, listening, feel good neurotransmitters and hormones, relaxation, performance, and self-esteem. One thing we can do with havening is affirmational havening, which is basically doing havening while doing affirmations. This is easier to do once your distress level is low, because if you're really upset and you just say calm, it's not really going to be authentic. But if you do some humming and other distractions and your distress level is low, then you can say calming affirmations that you authentically feel, like okay, calm, grounded. And you feel the feeling as you're saying it. That helps it get stronger. It can be one word or it can be multiple words that you repeat as long as it's increasing in strength. And it connects a good feeling to whatever you were stressed about in the first place. It consolidates a good feeling with that situation. And also, affirmational havening helps with increasing feelings of safety and well-being overall, and it helps people become more resilient. Informational is what you can use if you don't quite feel the authentic statement. So if you're, for example, confident, you want to feel confident, but you don't quite feel confident, you can say, what if I'm confident? And you can just say it once and then move on to some other things. So it can be complicated or specific. So for example, it could be, what if I do well? Or it could be, what if I do well on this exam? It could be, what if I have a good year this year? Or it could be, what if I make a lot of friends? It could be really anything. What if I do well on this project? What if I get smarter every day? These are some possibilities. So it invites and excites the mind to think about these possibilities as a suggestion. And if you're going to use it to evoke a quality like confidence, it helps to think of a time when you felt that way while you're doing informational havening. So it can help with pursuing goals and imagining being successful. So we're going to do a few together, and I'd like you to actually say these out loud with me to help reinforce them while you're doing havening touch. What if today is fun and rewarding? You can say it with me. What if I'm productive? What if tonight I really relax and enjoy myself? What if I'm a natural at my job? What if I make a positive difference today? What if things turn out better than I could have possibly imagined? So you can think of some what ifs on your own that apply to you. And really, the sky's the limit. Anything is possible, and you can be creative and have fun with these. So havening can be done throughout the day. Whenever you're activated, you can imagine or do havening with distractions like humming or counting by multiples. If you're feeling good, you can increase the feeling by doing havening while saying the words like grounded, okay, calm. Or if you want to have a desired state, like you want to feel more confident before talking in front of people or something, then you can, or having a difficult conversation, you can say, what if I'm confident? And then go into confident. In the morning, you can do havening on how you want the day to unfold. After you've done some humming, you can say, I'm going to have a great day today. I can't wait to see the kids. I'm looking forward to teaching. I'm looking forward to having a productive day, things like that. During the day, you can do havening on sentiments like, I got this. I'm going to do a great job with this lesson. This is going well. And then at night, you can use it to help you get sleepy and go to sleep. You can say something like sleepy, 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 or what if I can't keep my eyes open? Or what if I have a deep, long sleep tonight? And it can help with relaxation and gratitude. And again, if you go to bed feeling stressed, you can always hum a lullaby to yourself or think of a lullaby. So kids can do havening too in the same ways that adults do, the same places of touch. This is a video that I had done in Tanzania with a set of kindergarten kids, and we were singing together the alphabet song, which is a little different there.
A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, I, S, T, U, V, W,
as you can see, the kids actually are very attentive during that whole time and really were very focused. We also did a section where I was reading a book and the counselor was translating it, and the kids here too were paying attention really closely the entire time.
I have forgiven you. Let's all go to the palace.
Jamali akasema nimekusamehe, twende wote kwenye nyumba ya mfalme.
Then Jamal brought his grandmother and brother to the palace, and they all lived in happiness ever
Sasa
after.
Jamali akaenda na ndugu zake wote pamoja, yani alimchukua Salimu na bibi, wakaenda kule kwenye nyumba ya kifalme, wakaishi kwa furaha na amani.
Very good. Very nice story.
So as you can see that the kids were pretty attentive, and you can do havening while you can have the kids do havening while they're listening to you, even when they're not speaking themselves. They benefit by doing the havening to help them focus to what you're teaching. Okay, so some possibilities for doing self-havening in school is that you can do it with morning routines or when you get the kids doing back from transitions or whenever they're overactivated. So when they come back from PE or recess or specials, or you can notice if the class seems like they're not focusing, if they're kind of checked out. It's a very good way to get the class back into being focused and applying themselves. When you're doing distractions with the class, you can do very similar ones to the ones we did together, singing, counting by multiples. You can do repeat after me. You can recite quotes and lessons, and it also helps them to do it while they're learning from you because it helps them with memorization. If you're in a small group of children doing distractions, you can actually go one by one and ask them for items and categories. Like you can say, name your favorite musician, or name a sport you like, or name a sports team, and go around and have each person do one distraction apiece. That can be really fun. You can encourage them to do havening before taking a test and before doing their homework. A lot of times kids feel a sense of anxiety even from starting homework. And they can even imagine something that makes them feel confident. Like if they're going to take a test, think about doing something that they're confident about and say to themselves, what if I do well? Or confident. Some other possibilities are with an individual student, if they're upset, you can have them do havening and tell them that it will calm their mind and help them feel better. When you have with the kid talking to them and they're upset, you can have them talk about something fun or engaging, and that will take their mind off it while they're doing havening touch. And you can also do reciprocal distractions back and forth. For example, you could do A to Z foods. So you start with apple and they do banana, and then you do cantaloupe and they do donut, and you say eggs, and you go back and forth like that. When you do havening with a student, it helps even if they watch you do havening, but you can both do havening together. With a student, if they say afterwards they're feeling better, then you can have them say calm or relaxed, or however they feel. You use their words. But if you're in a class, you can use words that you think would be helpful for the whole class to feel, like focused, or calm, or listening, for example. Affirmations could be general, like, what if I do great today? You can ask for their suggestions for affirmations. That can be a fun activity. And you can also use them to relate to any kind of challenge that the student faces. Like if a student says, this is too hard for me, you can say, what if I get better and better at this every day? Or if they feel lonely, you can say, what if I can make friends more easily? So you can use the what ifs tailored to the situation. So this is a summary of times that you can do havening during any morning or any routine after transitions, when you want them to get more alert and focused, when doing memorization exercises, when they're upset, and really with any time you could do singing, talking, counting, listening, humming, or dancing. So you can actually play music and have the kids do havening at the same time. You can have them look at a beautiful picture while doing havening. It's very flexible. It can be used in many different ways to fit into your day. So what's next is that I recommend that you start this before you forget. It gets easier the more you do it. You can imagine doing havening when you can't do it. And even watching havening lights up mirror neurons and makes you feel the same way as the person getting haven. So there's some YouTube videos on havening you can look up to see and watch them and do along with them. You could share it with your colleagues, friends, and students and families. You can use your creativity and make it your own. I know all of you are very creative people and you're creating things constantly. Havening, by the way, can be used with a practitioner to treat emotional conditions like PTSD, anxiety, panic, phobias. using more techniques than just what we talked about today. And you can find out more about that at the Havening website, havening.org. I have a video that I made with some 5th and 6th grade students, and this is the YouTube connection for that. It's very cute. They describe how to do it, and they do it with you. And this is the website for the Havening in Schools programs with lots of materials in it. So if you have any questions, feel free to email me at humanitarianhavening@gmail.com. Thank you so much for your attention.